If you are a fan of Deontay Wilder or a fan of Tyson Fury, or you're just excited for this fight in general, go out and support this fight. Buy tickets for the fight if you live in the United States and you can get to Los Angeles on December 1st. Buy tickets. Go and watch it in person. If you can't get to the venue, buy it on pay-per-view. Fork out the money for the Showtime pay-per-view. I believe it's, let's check here, $64.99 for a standard definition. So for the HD, it's going to be more than $64.99. I don't know what it's going to be, maybe $80-something. If you're a fan of Deontay Wilder in the United States or a fan of Fury in the United States, pay the money. Put the money where your mouth is and support the fight. And in the UK, if you're a fan of Tyson Fury or a fan of Wilder, pay the money. The BT Sport pay-per-view price. Pay it. Support the fight. Don't stream it. Don't do nothing like that. Pay for it. Now, why am I saying this? How come I don't make a big drive when it comes to Anthony Joshua fights? How come I'm not out here saying, buy the pay-per-view? Because Anthony Joshua don't need the help. Anthony Joshua does over 1 million pay-per-view buys every time he fights. He sells out stadiums, 80,000, 90,000 people. He don't need the help. But this fight right here needs the help. American heavyweight boxing needs the help. You see, I'm a boxing fan. I'm not a fanboy. Like so many people who come to my channel and throw shots at me, they're fanboys. Like so many people who are desperate for Eddie Hearn to fail, desperate for Anthony Joshua to fail, desperate for Anthony Joshua's fights to sell as little as possible and to do as lower pay-per-view figures as possible. These people are not boxing fans. They're fanboys. They don't have the best interests of the sport in general or the sport as a whole at heart. But I do. I've got the best interests of boxing as a whole at heart. That's why I care about a resurgence in American boxing, but particularly American heavyweight boxing. I care about that. That's why I'm telling you to go out and support this fight. I grew up watching so many great American fighters during the heyday of American boxing. Since that time, American boxing, particularly the heavyweights, have died a death. It's just not what it used to be. Boxing in America now is a niche sport. It's not a mainstream sport anymore. That's sad. I want to see the next Mike Tyson. I want to see the next Roy Jones Jr. I want to see the next Sugar Ray Leonard or Tommy Hearns, Evander Holyfield, etc. I want to see the next version of those guys. But we're far less likely to see it if American boxing stays in its current condition, because there are far less people participating in the sport at amateur and professional level now than there was years ago, because it's just not as popular in America anymore. Other sports have surpassed boxing, way surpassed boxing in terms of popularity. And boxing has been left in the mud. And so often in boxing, the heavyweight champion is the torchbearer for the sport. In the UK, certainly, Anthony Joshua has been the torchbearer for boxing. And you've seen the success that other fighters have had, the popularity, the notoriety other fighters have managed to enjoy because of the trail that Anthony Joshua has blazed as a heavyweight champion in the UK. So many other fighters have benefited of Anthony Joshua's success. I want the same situation in the United States with Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. I mean, whoever wins this fight, as long as it's a good fight, as long as it attracts eyeballs, as long as people buy the pay-per-view, it's all good. It's just going to help boxing. It's going to make the sport bigger. It's going to inspire a new generation of young boys to take up the sport. So I am desperate for this fight to do well at the box office. Desperate for this fight to do well on pay-per-view. Desperate for it to be a good fight, a memorable fight, a historic fight. That's what it needs to be. Showtime are pumping a lot of money into it. It needs to pay off. Now, let's get down to specifics. Says here on this Mail Online article, tickets are still available for as little as £60. In dollars, I guess that's like $45. The blue areas here are the areas where tickets are still available. In all those sections, there's still tickets available. The grayed out areas are the areas where tickets are either not available or those sections are not open. I'm not 100% sure. All the sections might be open now. I heard they opened the upper tier. Well, you can see some seats have been sold here in the upper tier. I don't know whether they opened all of it or just some of it. I'm not sure. You guys will fill me in the comment section below. But as I say, in all the blue sections, there are still tickets available. We're about 1 week away from the fight now. I mean, here you got a screenshot and it shows on Viagogo, which is a secondary ticket outlet. So there's lots of tickets for Wilder Fury selling on the secondary market. We know that Frank Warren has been a staunch critic of the secondary market when it comes to boxing tickets. But here we are, he's promoting an event with loads of tickets on the secondary market. This ticket here is going for as little as £2,300. That's £2,300. I thought that was £23. Okay, that's third floor. Wow, so these are massively inflated prices that people are selling the tickets for in the secondary market. And look, when Frank Warren criticizes the secondary market, I don't, I have an issue with his criticisms. I don't think the secondary market is a good thing. But be consistent. Don't just criticize someone else for having, allowing tickets to be sold in the secondary market. If you're going to go and do the exact same thing, be consistent with it. But as you can see, massively inflated prices, £23,000 for a ticket on the floor 3, row 4, £59,000, £119,000. I mean, this is crazy, crazy that tickets, are selling for that much on the secondary market. That's terrible, actually. But there are still reasonably priced tickets available. If you go to the Staples Center website, you can buy them direct rather than on the secondary market. Go here and look, of course, StubHub is still involved in selling, it says here, resale prices may exceed face value. Indeed, StubHub, as well as that other site, are selling tickets. But here it is, direct from the Staples Center website. If you zoom in, you see all the seats that are still available. The upper tier, I'm assuming all these have sold out. Hopefully they've sold out. We want to see a great atmosphere. It's sad to see a heavyweight championship fight with half the arena empty. That's sad. What I'd read over the past few days is that they dramatically reduced the price of some of the tickets and they were snapped up very quickly, as they should be. As they should be. So, once again, if you can get to Los Angeles on December 1st and you're a boxing fan and you like this fight or you're a fan of Wilder or Fury, put your money where your mouth is. Don't be running up your gums to me on YouTube in the comment section when you could have gone to this fight. If you've watched it on a stream, don't watch it on a stream. This fight needs your support. American heavyweight boxing needs your support. So let's big this fight up. Let's promote it. Let's put money in both fighters' pockets. Let's ensure that American heavyweight boxing has a resurgence, a revival. And look, even if Deontay Wilder loses, but loses in a good competitive fight, they're probably going to have a rematch, and that's going to draw attention to the heavyweight division in the United States. just as long as it's a good fight and lots of people watch it, it's going to be good for boxing. So yeah, go out and support, buy tickets for the fight, buy the pay-per-views. I'm buying the pay-per-view. How about that? I'm buying the pay-per-view. No question about it. I'll be paying my whatever it is, $19.99 or whatever the price is to watch it on BT Sport 100%. No question about it. So anyway, let me know how you guys feel in the comment section below about the ticket sales for this event. Will you be going? Will you be buying it on pay-per-view? Do you think it's going to do good numbers? Do you, like me, hope it does good numbers? I certainly do. So let me know how you feel, people. It's happening. I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.